everyone, welcome to this video. How are you all doing? I'm going to share some information I've gotten in channeling and some downloads. And they are asking us now to look at our codependent patterns. So this is of course within romantic relationships and friendships, but they are asking us now specifically to become more aware of where we can have codependent patterns also in other areas of our lives. So for example, with daily routines. So like now when we are taking so much out of our daily lives and the maybe autopilot that many are or have been on, or in this hamster wheel we've all been in, to really use the situation to look at our patterns. Where are you giving your power away? And where are your attachments? And what do you identify with? And that's a big one. This can help us massively if we use this time to get more awareness on that. And we have choice. We do have our free choice. So how can you use your free will to take your power back? So in the situations where you see that you feel powerless, how can you start with getting awareness about, okay, this situation I actually feel powerless to. I don't know how to do anything with it. I don't know how to come out of it, how to change it, and we get into resistance really easily. And first and foremost, we have to become aware of it and we have to accept it. And remember to really be aware of where you attach to it and identify with the situation or with the, it can be so many things. It can be health conditions, it can be relationships, it can be anything, right? And how can you start to take your power back? So how can you start with accepting that it is like, this is the situation, this is where I find myself, and I want to come out of it. Because if we are in resistance to it and we keep being in the victim state, we don't really go anywhere. So even though you can't change it overnight, maybe start to become aware of where do I have possibilities, like where can I take my power back, or where am I giving my power away in this situation? How can I start rethinking this and doing small changes, because that makes the ripple effects. And the more aware you get of this, the more practice you get, and so it goes, right? They are also talking a lot about polarisation now. And this is something we really see in the world. There are a lot of theories about what's going on. There are people that are really, really caught up in the fear, in the despair, and there are people that are super calm and super happy because it's the new earth and it's the new consciousness coming, and it's like each side of the spectrum. And they are asking us to really look at this, both to see the drama that's going on and how we very easily come into the pattern of trying to control when there's uncertainty. And then we very easily come into the defense of my own view. Like, I look at it this way and I don't want to hear anything else. I don't want to discuss it with you. Like, this is the real thing. And there are so many perspectives that can you try to hold compassion for people that are thinking differently than you? Can you accept that maybe you hold part of the truth and not the whole truth? And see how this patterning is created maybe for you to feel more safe. And also when you see this in others, instead of going into a big argument that probably won't lead anywhere, try to remember that now the light is put on separation, and what's coming is the unity. So we're trying to merge the opposites. So the polarization between good and bad, between the shadow and light, between right and wrong. So when we find ourselves in either one of them, how can we get more awareness about also holding compassion for the opposite? That's really important, because otherwise we will keep fighting each other on each side, and we will just keep in that polarized energy, so to speak. And also between the mind and heart, they're telling me it's very easy to try to go into logic, if we try to go into like controlling the situation, being afraid of the uncertainty, and then we are maybe not enough in our heart, using also our intuition and coming back into our own power, into our own being. Or the opposite way, like how can we really try to merge what might look as opposites in what's going on? And the same with judgments. How easy it is to start, and that's not only now, that's of course anytime, to judge yourself. Like, where are you judging yourself? Where are you putting blame on yourself? If you're in a practice, for example, and you're practicing this thing every single day, and then you fail at it one day. Fail, right? And it's what we tell ourselves. And you start blaming yourself. Why didn't I do that? I don't deserve this. I should have done that. And that's the opposite of self-love. So how can you both have more self-love and have more compassion for others, even though they hold another perspective than you or another frequency? To use the creativity is really important, because when we merge opposites and this polarization, and we come into this middle place and we can bring it together, something new can come up. And this is where creativity is really important. We can birth new things now. And really let your creativity unfold. Like, really use it. Enjoy it. And remember that we are allowed to feel joy, to have fun, to do what we want to do within the restrictions that many are experiencing at this time. Because if we remember, and they showed me yesterday evening, they showed me a giraffe, if that's the right pronunciation, maybe. This animal with a long neck, right? And they showed me how important that is now, both to have the feet on the ground, to stay grounded, and the frequency in the nature now is amazing. It's really, really vibrant. So if you're able to go out in the nature, I really recommend that. And then how important it is also to, like, even though we are playing in it and we are experiencing all these things now, it's important to also at times like stretch our neck a bit and look over all the trees above everything that kind of are in front of us and makes us not see things clearly. So how can we remember both to stay grounded into the earth and to get the overview of what's going on and a bigger picture? Because this can really help as we are navigating this and we're caught up in the intensity. Maybe something is coming up to be cleared in yourself. Maybe you're in the house with a lot of people with triggers, or that are caught up in the drama, or are clearing things as they are coming up. And then remember that this can be like a break from it, and hold that perspective as well, and remind yourself that there are a lot of things we don't see because there is uncertainty, but it doesn't have to mean that it's danger behind every trunk in front of you, right? So see that there is a clearing, there is merging and like a collapse of polar opposites that is happening. And the next time a situation like this comes up, we will be more prepared because we have started to practice to navigate these kind of things. So I hope you are having a good day, being really kind with yourself. Remember to have compassion for others and to love yourself. Thank you for watching.